Hey guys, Juju22 here, and welcome to Buffalo, New York for the fourth and final night of Night of Champions. And the first match we're going to have is the finals for the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championships that have been vacated since, practically since the last Super Show. But now we're going to have the match. And we will have, by the end of this one, we'll find out whether it's going to be Animal and Hawk of the Road Warriors, as you see here, or their opponents. That will be the undisputed World Wrestling Federation Champion, or World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, I should say, excuse me. So you have Doom, as they are going to be taking on the Road Warriors. And the Road Warriors, if I remember correctly, they won 3 matches to get here. And Doom only had to win 2. I mean, the Road Warriors had the 7th seed. I mean, in fact, the top 6 teams entering the tournament had a first round bye, and the Road Warriors were number 7. Whereas Doom, I believe they were number 2 or I think they were number 4. Well, whatever the case may be, both these teams, they fought their way to get here, and now it all comes down to this. The team that wins becomes the undisputed World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. Is it going to be Doom, or is it going to be the Road Warriors? Now, the team of Doom, that would be, in this case, the Prophet, who's in the ring, and on the apron is Ganondorf. They willingly gave up the Unified Tag Team Championships, mainly because, well, even if they were to have defended it in this particular matchup, they just wanted to focus solely on the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championships. So they put it up for vacancy. And in the end, APA was victorious in taking away those championships. But for now, this is where it's out right here. This is the major championships here. As now, wait a minute, Ganondorf now has an armbar, but too close to the ropes was Animal. Now, of course, being that this is the finals, naturally we will have a normal, standard tag team match. I mean, that was just the consensus that we had with the board of directors, and they just simply said, hey, let's make the final a normal match. albeit with no time limit, and that's true, there is no time limit for this match, mainly because there has to be a winner, and we're going to have one by the end of this, one way or another. And, Ganondorf. A choke slam on an Animal. I mean, how many guys can do that to Animal? Not very many guys can do that to Animal. Usually because, well, Animal doesn't let him do it. But I guess if anybody could do it, it had to be Ganondorf. I mean, Ganondorf is big and strong enough to take on, you know, both members of the Road Warriors, just not 2-on-1 though. 1-on-1 he could take them on, but of course against both of them, how can you? But even so, I would have to think that the difference maker in this particular matchup has to be the Prophet, because he's not as big and he's not as strong, but you better believe that he has a very devious and cunning mind. But then again, why the hell would he be the leader if he didn't have that? I mean, I may not like the guy personally, but, you know, you don't become leader of any team without having any brains. I mean, that's just the simple truth to it all. I mean, really. Hell, even Ganondorf is, well, I don't want to say he's completely stupid, because he ain't. It's just that in some of the games, you know, sometimes Ganondorf, you know, logically you would think that he would do everything himself because he's very powerful, right? But instead he just, it's like he takes control and then he just lets his minions try to finish the job. And they don't get the job done, usually. More often than not, they fail to get the job done, is what I was trying to say, but still, Ganondorf, big and strong enough to take on the Road Warriors, but I would have to think that the difference maker is the Prophet, just because of the devious and cunning mind that he has. So now having said that, let's just get on with the matchup. Whipped into the corner, and now a tag into the Prophet, and now we're going to see what these guys can do. Atomic drop and a kicking combination onto the face of Animal. Oh, the referee was trying to get Ganondorf out of the ring. So even though he went for the cover, Ganondorf was still in the ring. I mean, if you're Ganondorf, or not Ganondorf, excuse me, if you're the Prophet, obviously you don't want to match power with these guys. I mean, do you really want to do that? Although, right now, Animal whipping Prophet into the corner, but he gets out of it really quickly. Yep, and that's exactly what he needs to do. He has to use the momentum as well as the weight against him rather than try to match power with him. And then when you have him down, you have to keep him down. And usually that's a feat in and of itself. Although right now he's just taking it right to Animal and a neck breaker onto Animal. Oh, excuse me. Forgive me, I got a little bit of gas from having some El Pollo Loco just before the show. It's a great drink. Or not a drink. I'm drinking some soda from El Pollo Loco, but I had some food and oh my god, the chicken dinner was amazing. Of course, it's not for cheapos. I'll tell you that much. Not to say that I am, but it's like, you know, one thing I will say is that, you know, $5, hell, even $10 doesn't buy you as much as it used to. In fact, the only place you can get anything $5 worth, more often than not, is Costco, and the Prophet almost got the win right there. But yeah, Costco's like the one place that you can get the most out of $5, and I'm serious. I mean, really, you cannot go wrong with Costco. But, I mean, I'll tell you more about it at another time. Anyway, a pinfall cover. 1, 2. Ooh, almost got the 3 count on Animal. Oh, but now whipped into the corner. And now he tags in Hawk, does Animal. And now let's see what are they going to do here. Double axe handle on the left arm of the Prophet. Oh, but just like that, a neck breaker. And a suplex onto the Prophet. 1. Nope, kick out by the Prophet. Oh, nice takedown onto Hawk. And then a clothesline onto Hawk. Ooh. Well, never mind, as he got hip tossed, does the Prophet. Elbow right to the head of the Prophet. And thrown over the top rope and onto the floor is the Prophet. Now, even if this match ends in a countout or disqualification, whoever wins, of course, is going to win the championship. However, if it ends in a double countout or a double disqualification, we do have a provision in this particular case, especially since this is the tournament final, that we'll have an overtime session if that was to ever happen. Now, Hawk gets back in the ring, although, well, he goes back outside the ring, breaking up the count. Although he might have fallen into a trap. Well, never mind, as Hawk just gets thrown back in. Alright, so now we're back to back inside the ring with both of the legal participants. And now he tags back in Ganondorf. Drop toe hold, elbow drop combination onto Hawk. And now, wait a minute, Sonic? What's he doing out here? Oh, of course. Naturally, he would try to go after Doom. Only question is, why is he out here? I mean, I know he's out here to try to cause trouble for Doom. And rammed into the table was Ganondorf. And thrown in the corner is Ganondorf. I mean, Ganondorf, what's going to happen here? Oh, and a spear right through the barricade on a Ganondorf. And now, Hawk back inside the ring. Oh, but Hawk exits out of the ring, and now the count has been broken up. A snap suplex onto Ganondorf. And the crowd is just going wild here, ladies and gentlemen. And thrown back in the ring is Ganondorf. Alright, so it's not going to end in a countout. I mean, then again, I don't want to see a countout. I want to see a winner. And now Ganondorf back up. And a clothesline on a Hawk. Oh, Sonic getting a hold of the Prophet. And then a hip toss onto Ganondorf. And, well, the Prophet had to get out of the ring because he was in it. And now, wait a minute. And a vicious neck breaker, a super neck breaker. And is that enough? 1, 2, oh, broken up by the Prophet. He was in position to break it up, and he did. And now, a double gutbuster on a Hawk. Although Hawk gets right back up for the time. And now, no wait, countered by Ganondorf. And now, when... Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, okay, that was kind of weird how that happened there. Folks, let me go out of character for a moment, alright? Alright. Okay, that was kind of weird how that happened. Like, it just kind of went out of whack there, but... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't completely break the game. 1, 2... Oh, he got it! He got it! Hawk got the win. And the winners, and new, or rather the winners and undisputed World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors. The Road Warriors win 4 matches in the tournament, They beat 4 teams, 4 worthy ones at that. And they are now the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. And for Doom, it's back to the drawing board, as they were so close to winning the title, but I have a feeling that Sonic just costed them the championship. And for the Road Warriors, they can practically thank Sonic for getting involved when he did. All they had to do was isolate one person that was not being targeted by Sonic, and all they had to do was finish the job, which they did, and they won the match. They have won the championships. So now the next question is, who's next? Well, I'll tell you what we are going to have next, another match. Stay tuned, that's coming up right after this.